Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are here once again for our January 21st episode of our daily stock market insights. And I'd like to invite everyone to join us tonight. And thank you for those who are already here. I'm inviting you to drop a comment, say hi, and let us know what your request is for tonight and we'll go ahead and check them out. Okay. In the meantime, let us first wait for some of our friends coming from our um, Facebook page. We are Invest in the Stock Market. And of course, let's check out our friends from our Instagrams. I'd like to also invite them. Just let me know if audio is okay or if you are experiencing technical issues. Just drop a comment. There you have it. Hi, Rayolet. It's okay. You're actually just right on time. You're not late. We are just about to start. Just drop a comment and let me know which stock you'd like me to review. How were your trades today? Let me set up our tools just really quickly. Just hang in there. We're just setting up our tools. Just one moment. And of course, while we also wait for some of our friends to join us. Let's give them probably around 2 minutes. Okay, thank you for waiting. And let's find out what are the top stocks for today's market. Oh, still tech. Mm. All right. So let's start with Rayolet's request JFC and green. JFC. Okay. I'd have to say JFC at the moment, Rayolet is currently giving us some bearish signals. As you can see right over here at the MA20 level, you notice a price rejection and it started right at the MA20 area and most of the action happened below it. And so I feel that we'll have some more movements downwards. Okay, so my take on this is that just look at it as the market giving us an opportunity to get in JFC at a much cheaper price. So if you have a buying power, just hold on to it first. You can even deposit it to your platform. Let's say you're in COL Financial, just add funds in your COL, and then when the opportunity comes, just go ahead and uh, enter or buy some shares. Let's see how the market behaves right at the 201 level because I see uh, this area over here and probably this one as well as two areas of support. So let's see if it will form another bounce in that area. And let's check out green, your second request. Okay, so green over here, let us also observe because we just had some, when the price reached your MA20 level, there was a little bit of, buying sentiment there. So it is now slightly higher than the previous. Okay, it's slightly higher, uh, and it now ended at 2, meaning we still have to, we're still not out of the woods yet. I'd like us to still use our MA20 line as our main support. So if let's say tomorrow market or the price starts around 1.98 and most of the action happens above it, then chances are you have your first first wave in an Elliott wave. So for example, this one right here. So just research what Elliott wave is. So normally when it picks up right there, first wave, this is your first wave. There you go. So let's say this one, your lowest point, 1, and then 2 over here, 3 over here, 4, let's say it bounces, and then last would be your 5th, and then it will dip. Something to that effect. Okay, but go ahead and research it. I don't really use that, but when a price moves in a bullish direction, there will also be moments when a price rests or a stock rests, and that's what you call retracement. And see point number 2 and point number 4. That's the result of a retracement. And after that, because we have some areas where it could potentially bounce, then that's where we figure that it will, chances are you have another wave that will come out which is slightly higher than your point number 3. Okay, and before it declines again. Right, hi Abe, hi Miss JD, AC Ali please. Okay, AC. Okay, I'd have to say we try to avoid AC for now because there's a strong selling that happened here. We're outside of the lower Bollinger Band, so I feel that even though we're near the oversold area, we might see some more probably triggers in a bearish side of things. So let us see if there is the next possible support very near the area. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I am back testing. From where it is at right now, I'll try to find a next area where you had consolidation. There you go. So the nearest one, actually, it's really near. Probably right. Okay, in fact, right at the lowest point, there was a buildup previously around December. So chances are that point over there. So this is where I found that. Okay, and then right here. So I feel that your 7.0146 is already a possible support. That's why when people saw that opportunity right here, they did some back testing and found a support area in that particular point. Then people started buying. So I'd have to say I will still avoid in a sense that I'd like to see stabilization first before I get in. When I say stabilization, I want to see a green candlestick forming, and your RSI also giving us some bullish divergence or some momentum picking up before I enter in this stock. Because we might have another example of like this. See this? Price acting or moving outside of the Bollinger Band, and when it does that, then you'll have some more selling pressure. So we don't want to assume right away. We need to see a concrete evidence that it will potentially bounce in the coming days. Okay, there you have it. And that is for AC. Now let's check out Ali. Thank you guys for joining me. It's really I really like it when I have more people joining me as I go live. It inspires me. All right. I hope it also inspires you to study harder, because you have people like us who have the same interest. And this is a very good venue where people who think alike, who have the same interests, gather every night there. Um, okay, so this is Ali. We also have almost the same pattern as um, AC, right? Earlier it was AC, correct? There, yeah. We just want to make sure that it's correct. So this same, almost the same direction we had here for Ali. And so you had your lowest point outside of the Bollinger Band, and there's a really big volume here, selling pressure. What happened here? 15 hours ago, material information. So there's a news. So let's read that offline, and probably you can comment down below, or if you have additional insights around Ali, go ahead and share it to everyone. What do you think may have caused a sudden dip in the past 2 days? Actually, not just 2 days, but for several months. The overall sentiment of the market is really bearish for Ayala. Now, where could be the next possible support that we have here? So you screen from where it is at right now. You screen to the left and find an area very near that line, where you see some consolidation. So right away, I see it at the 38 level. Okay, so now all we have to do is have a closer look, and there you have it. See that? Very obvious line over here. Price stopping or bouncing whenever it reaches the 38 level. So that, for me, proves or validates that there is indeed a support created at that level. Okay, so that is for Aldi, and that's for you, Abe. And Reggie, hi Miss JD. Yeah, I'll go ahead and check out IRC. Same as well. As same as AC and Ali. This has a bearish sentiment. Okay, it did overshoot to the upside, but even then, on that particular day, we still ended red. So it we were not able to sustain that. You know, we thought it will already successfully cross your MA20 level, but we failed, and even more bearish movement for today. So I feel that we'll have uh, some more downward movements, and let's see if it will stabilize the moment it reaches 1.17 level. Okay, but if it breaks that, then that's not a good sign. We might have some more bearish movements there. Okay, so let's see. First area to watch out for would be your 1.17. The reason why I said that is, of course, you had your previous resistance here, which became your support right here. Now it's just testing it. Potentially, it might test that before it moves up successfully, okay, to a much higher high, hopefully. Okay, but just monitor 1.17. Do not get in yet. When it touches the 1.17 level, wait for a green candlestick to confirm that, okay, we are now about to bounce. MRC. Okay, nice move here for MRC. We made some attempts to the upside. However, we were not really able to sustain it. And now that we are within the red, I mean within the upper Bollinger Band, so we're now inside it. That means we might see some more weakness in the momentum and it might retrace. So I feel that, let's just plot probably a Fibonacci retracement here and find out which possible area this stock could bounce. Okay, so interesting here. So where it is at right now is currently it is currently sitting at the 0.236 level, which is the first area to monitor. So hopefully tomorrow, let's see where the action is happening. Is it above that red line or below the red line? Because if it goes below the red line, your next area to focus on would be the 0.236 level. Okay. So now you make your rules. It's up to you. If you are really aggressive in your approach, um, probably enter here and then set your stop loss level and exit when it negates your insights or analysis. So the red, yellow, green, and blue would be your threshold for a possible bounce, yeah, in terms of retracement. But if it goes deeper than that, then I'd have to say stay away because it's will have some more bearish movements when it touches this. Okay, anywhere below your MA20 line is not safe anymore. Vita. So that is for you, Reggie. I hope you're still there. Okay, Vita now. So look at that. If you're talking about long term, if you are into Vita for long term investing, then overall you are at a very cheap level. But mind you, we're talking about the years of being in Vita. That's why I can say you're a cheap level because comparing it to previous years. But now if you're going to look at it and you just want to take advantage of the swings and the fluctuations in the price, I'd have to say this stock is really prone to um, you know there are a lot of traders in this stock, so chances are normally when it goes up by around 7%, unless there's really a big catalyst or a big news around it, um, it might just repeat this. You know what happened in last January 10th? Big jump in price, and it did that as well here. So there, if it repeats that, it might retrace and go back again to your MA20 level. Okay, so just be extra careful as this one has a tendency to do that. Tugs. Tugs is also giving us bearish signal. We are now inside the upper Bollinger Band, and that's a red candlestick. I would have to say, when this wick over here reached this part, I think it respected your resistance, which was your previous support. So probably that was the reason why this now becomes your resistance, 1.57 level. That's why there was a rejection. When you say resistance, it is like your ceiling, that when price hits that level, market is not accepting it. Go down, go down. So it's bouncing. I mean, it is retracing and the price is moving downward. So I feel that this might give us some more bearish uh, movements in the coming days. SSP. Okay. SSP as well. Interesting over here. There are 957 trades, but on average, I don't really have a lot of volume in this particular stock, so be careful because probably you are the price movement or the price action currently is just being done by just a group of individuals with high uh, capital, and with them buying a lot of shares all together, let's say as a group, it will really move the price to their advantage, whatever their objective is. But right now, okay, see that big jump in the volume, and no, there's really no report or anything around it. So I feel that, and besides, this could also be a resistance right here. Where it is at right now is actually a resistance area. Previous support here became a resistance here and a resistance here. So I feel that you had that wick because the market feels that you are already moving at an expensive level, and you are also here overbought, and then you have that wick. So I feel that overall you might have some more bearish movements here. Okay, so that is for Reggie. Rayolette, thank you, Miss JD. You're welcome, Rayolette. Thank you for joining me. Hi, and thanks, Paul, Miss JD. And that's from Rose. You're welcome. Rid. Okay, tapos na ba si Tech? I can check that out for you. Tech, you know, similar to how your previous stock, the pattern is somehow the same, but Tech is more popular than SSP. Okay, right here. So this kind of candlestick is, even though it's green, I don't feel good because that for me is a bearish candlestick. And when you see that, even though we're still outside of the upper Bollinger Band, I have a feeling that could be tomorrow or before the week ends. This week we will experience some retracement. All right, I see that this is already a sign of weakness right here, and that's just my 2 cents. And I can be wrong, just plot a support at the next possible area, which is here. Okay, the reason for that is I've seen the price consolidating here, and it might revisit that. So if you have if you want to draw a Fibonacci retracement, probably these are the key areas to watch out for. Let me just do that now. So yes, the area where we plotted it is actually a support level. So first line is 0.236 area or 11.10. Next line would be 9.77. And if that gets broken, all right, then it can also go up to 8.62 and 7.48. That is the tolerable area of bounce. Anything under 0.618, but interestingly, this one here, your level up to the 0.786 is just sitting right at the MA20 level. But just, be conservative. If it breaks your 0.618, I'd say, yeah, just stay away. Okay, so tugs, I hope you were able to hear that, Raji. You're welcome. Royce, Meg, JFC, and GT Cap. Meg. Meg also is about to breast. And let us see here. Yeah, it's just right at the MA20 line. That's the next possible area of bounce. It might revisit that area because previously that was your support here. And it might create another support there. All right. And let's check out JFC. Okay, I mentioned I earlier, we were also able to review this. And JFC, I would have to say that we can save our buying power for now and do not engage in GFC yet. Wait for a confirmation that, let's say, the first area that I'm looking at right now is the point, no, 201 level. See if it will bounce in this area. If not, then of course we look further downwards and see if we see some more price consolidation. But uh, yeah, it'll just be within this range from 184 to, of course, 192, and then the next one would be 201. So yeah, that's our next possible area. And let's check out GT cap. GT cap, I'd have to say, this might create a stabilization within the 780 level. Okay, so for several days, treat that as 780. For several days, whenever the price reaches that 780 level, it just seemed to bounce. So I have a feeling it will move sideways first, and before it goes up. I have that strong feeling because you know what, your RSI already gave you advanced signals here. Okay, it gave you an advanced signal. There you go. Okay, so there you have it. Just observe what happens around 718 level. Okay, it's so nice to have more and more people join me tonight. I bet you have your own set of requests. Feel free, drop a comment and throw in your request so I can help you. Okay, so far we have reviewed GFC, AC, Ali, IRC, MRC, Vita, Tugs, SSB, Tech, and Tugs, Meg, and GT Cap. Okay, so there's one thing I also want to check out. Okay, because I just want to make sure I cover these stocks because tomorrow when the market ends, I will also review this. I want to make sure and study whether my insights are correct or not. Okay, for B Core, you were given a chance as early as November. Okay, when the price or when our Bollinger Band over here became really constricted, that could have been our opportunity to enter. Now, let's take a look. Here, you had your previous resistance, and probably that is the reason why the price level stopped at that area, because this used to be a resistance and some more stabilization happening right at that area. Over here, support again here. So that could be a possible area to watch out for. The two, wherever it is at right now, just observe. Hopefully it doesn't break that line, but if most of the action happens below that line, then downtrend is not over yet. Scary is if it will go back to this level and then it will take a long time again to pick up. Okay, well, in just a few days, this stock managed to increase by 100%. 122%. Amazing. But don't envy them. You will have your own timing. What's important is you invest on your skill set and do it right every single time, and that creates a daily rigor and skill. JGS. Now let's go back. Rid wanted us to check JGS. JGS also is it's slightly higher, but I don't see any volume. No volume, even though we're slightly higher here. So I would have to say this not this might not sustain. Maybe it's just a slight bounce and then just like taking a deep breath and slide downwards even further. So that could also be a probability, because the reason why I said that is the volume is not that significantly high right now. Actually, in the past 2 days, volume was declining, so I don't see any possible of continuous improvement in the price. AXLM again, and this one is for Raji and MPI as well. AXLM and MPI. Okay, it is currently stabilizing. Okay, good catch here at the MA20 area. So maybe if the market gives you a chance again at that level, you can start accumulating, because look at this. It's still at a very cheap level. It declined and we start moving above the MA20 line for several days, and it's just stabilizing at the MA20 level. So use 2.81 as your support, right? 2.81. And MPI. Okay, MPI is also triggering the lower Bollinger Band, and let us see if when it touched the lower band, there was a slight increase in price. I'd like us to observe that line. Maybe it has a message for us. Only because that I see this touching it, and then there's another one back in on the 11th of December, and then same thing with December 18th. So let's see if it will stabilize first before it continues to go up or move up. But right now, the area is 3.15. That's the area to watch out for. Okay, nice to have everyone. The viewers of our live is starting to grow. Very good. I love that. And Apple. Apple. Okay. So Apple is just doing sideways. We don't really have a lot of volume here. That's the downside when the stock is not so popular. It will probably take a little while before whoever entered here will be able to get out of that trap. So now, on the other hand, if you're really interested and you want to be ahead of the game with the rest, some people do that because they've embraced the game of stock market. It's really a game of patience. So just in any case, you want to enter. 0.69 for me is an area of support. But my personal take, this is not the stock that I would normally trade. Next would be so we did may tao po ata sa labas, the dogs are barking. Yeah, it always does that, and I don't know why. There's so many people just passing by our street, and yeah, it's more quiet now. Anyway, I feel that a lot of you still would like to request. I bet. Go ahead and drop a comment, and I will check them out for you. You can scroll up to find out which of these stocks we have already covered. In the meantime, let me go ahead and do all stocks here and then sort and find out which of these have we already discussed. Okay, done with tech, Ali, AC. Now check out Sun. Sun, be extra careful. This is a strong bearish candlestick, and I'd have to say expect some more dips in the coming days. All right, this is a shooting star. So what is a shooting star? Go ahead and Google it, and be patient in watching videos. It will really help you, especially in YouTube. There are a lot of free videos. I'll see someday if I can also create some tutorials to give more informative materials to you guys. AGI, this one, what do we have here? Stabilizing at the area. This one, it appears right at the support level, then that's actually a good sign. It could suggest a possible change in direction, which is, of course, right now we're doing sideways. After a strong decline, you do sideways, then chances are it will now give you a bounce. And what we just need here is a good volume to push the price higher. Okay. Raji is requesting EEI. Oops. EEI. Okay, not a good sign, Reggie. Price started, you had a gap up that happened today. Okay, and if you have watched our videos in the past, I would always say if there is a gap up, the next possible movement is for that gap to be filled. In some occasions, the gap is filled on the same day, which is in this example, it was filled on the same day. And the price started up here. So if you are going to zoom in a little bit, not that, so it's neater. Okay, volume is not that good, 42, that's why. So from here, it started here, first hour dropped, the next hour no movement, and then the next hour no movement. After lunch break, gap down again, so it is starting to fill this, and at one point it even reached this level, and which is really close to where it started. So it just filled your gap in just one day. So I feel that you might have, so it just rested. The overall sentiment here is really on a decline, and then it rested, and then it was not sustained because you only have a few buyers and sellers in this particular stock. So you might see some more movements downwards. C. This one is for MNB77. C is now giving us, so be extra careful, and just in case it does not hold and goes deeper than 5.24, just make sure you before you even trade, establish where you'd like to exit when it goes against your will. Okay, so this is the support that I see at the moment, where it is sitting at. Now let's talk about ISM. ISM might go back here, 3.63 level or 3.62. It might give you some more movements downwards and then go sideways before it goes up. Hi, Miss JD. Please review AGI, TEL, FGen. Okay, AGI. Okay, so this is what I mentioned earlier. You might be currently sitting at an area of support, possible area of support, because of price just moving within that range for several weeks, in fact months, just doing sideways. So if you want, and if you feel that there will be more sideways movement here, you can do a Darvas box from the lowest point to the highest point, and only set some rules, like when it reaches the lowest point of your Darvas box, then that's where you enter at. Okay. Next one, TEL. TEL right here is, yeah, this could be a possible bounce right here. When it touched very near your MA20 line, then there was a bounce. So I feel that Anywhere from where it is at right now to as low as MA20, it's already a good opportunity because overall the movement of TEL is heading towards south. Okay, FGen. FGen. FGen is also not safe at the moment, but guess what? You're just right at the nearest possible support. That's why there's a beauty to you zooming out to see really and understand what the overall movement is for any given stock. Okay, point number one. This used to be a support right over here, touched that level and then bounced, and then this one as well. I think that's already considered support, and then the day before yesterday, no, yesterday, we ended red and it stopped right at the when it reached the area where we plotted it. It's bouncing a little bit. Then there's a bounce right now. So anywhere from where it is at right now, or say it will continue to move up, stay as close as you are to the 19.66. And if it negates, then of course exit and run. So next would be, and this one is for Irene Suzuki. Miss JD SMPH, please. Thank you. SMPH. Okay, so yeah, it's still respecting the line that we created. Looks like it will stabilize in this level and really um, give us a green, big green day. And with that happening, that's the time I say that this is already an official support. The only reason why we plotted it there is because previous resistance will eventually become support, and this is what happened here. Okay, this one as well. So very strong signs right there. So hopefully it doesn't go any deeper than that. Itamar Marquez, Meralco. Okay, Morocco is also, let us see, check that out. Moving sideways, but let us see your RSI. Is it a little higher? Higher, better. We'll see. Wait. Cross. What happened? I lost the choose icon. So anyway, look at this. Slightly higher than the previous point there. When the price was moving downwards, your RSI is already starting to move up. It's really hard. Oops. There you go. Cancel. Okay, but as you see, very, very small difference, but it is already giving you an upward direction. Now, Bloom, MBT, and BPI. Bloom. Okay, let me just refresh this. My apologies. Go back here because I lost this area at the left side of the screen. Okay, so are we all based in the Philippines? Why are you guys still awake at this hour? Okay, so I would have to probably, yeah, these last three will be our last for tonight. We're really close to reaching top of the hour, so this is for Bloom, MBT, and BPI. Bloom, MBT, and BPI. Okay, while we wait, my only request for you guys, your way of supporting me, is by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Invest in the Stock Market page in Facebook. Just I only have two, and then of course, thankfully, we have Instagrams that is free and is also acting like a social media for investors or traders like us. I'm also in Instagrams. You can look for either Miss JD or Working Pinoys. They're the same. Okay, so let me go ahead and check out BPI. Okay, BPI is trying to stabilize wherever it is at right now, trying to create that support. Hopefully, it does not break that 83.80 level. Hopefully, we see. Okay, right. It also was your previous support right here, support, and now it's revisiting that area. So let's see, monitor it first. Don't get in yet. Don't say, yeah, we're already near your support area, that's why I'm coming in. No. Um, Wait till you see a confirmation, a green candlestick perhaps. MBT is kind of the same pattern as BPI, right? So let us see if this, because there was a previous resistance right here. Let me plot that. So this is the area of resistance. So it might revisit the same level and create a support in this area, 63.73. Okay, so that's the area. Wait for a green candlestick to come out before you enter. And Bloom. Okay, what is happening for Bloom? Also, be extra careful. We're sitting at the support level, kinda, but it might go deeper than that and challenge the next possible area of support, which is 9.80. Let me just plot that right here so we have visuals. Also, previously, when it dipped, your wick over here reached the same level, 9.81. So that's another key area to monitor. See if it will create a bounce in that level. Okay. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for joining me tonight. I really am very happy. Our viewers are increasing daily, and hopefully, you can also subscribe to our channel. In the meantime, good night. Thank you very much for joining me. You have a good one. Okay, bye bye.